Once a week, a collective of filmmakers, musicians, graphic designers, and artists come together to plan performances and promote venues for the music and art scene in Lubbock.
Middle Child Records now is currently an art collective of like anybody who wants to become involved. We have people who do art for the albums. We have people that come by and we do like these painting parties where we do art for the albums. We have people who are involved in film and that do film work for us. And you have people who do music, and then there are people that are kind of on the show side of it, people who are promoters. So it's pretty much a way to get people networking together.
I mean, our main meeting like this happens once a week. We get together every Thursday around 10 o'clock usually and discuss ideas, discuss what direction we want to go in with things. And usually throughout the meeting, people will bring up ideas and we will, while we're at the meeting, assign who's going to take care of that, what's going to get done by next week. So everybody leaves with a job to do, something that we came up with throughout the week that is going to be accomplished by the next week.
As an art collective in 2012, they take full advantage of technological advancements, such as social networking, webcasts, and also streaming musical performances live on Mixlr.com. This helps them not only promote their brand, but it also helps get the word out that the Lubbock music scene is alive and well.
We are starting to do recordings where we go do field recordings like he did, go to a show, record it, make it available or online at middlechildrecordings.com. But as for like producing a whole album, we're just not there yet. That's what we want to do, we're not there yet. But not only do we do the record thing, we also do an online radio station at Mixlr.com. We throw shows here in town. We like to do Keep for Free that benefit bands, and we sell their merchandise. We have like help with local distribution at Ralph's Records, so like getting bands albums from like here at the meetings to there, and then general promotion, like cross promotion, as we have a few people that it's their responsibility to try to help promote other people's shows who might not necessarily be involved in Middle Child Records, and then vice versa, getting them to help us.
I feel like it's grown into something that we haven't expected, like everything that's been happening. Like we have not expected it to happen, like the Mixlr, we had no idea that would get started. It's just like all these things just keep growing and happening, so it's kind of like Middle Child's just taking off on its own, kind of like out of our control, and we're just kind of helping it go wherever it wants to.
You can't tell the story of where Middle Child is going without telling where it all got started. Marcus Chapa of Lubbock started Middle Child Records as a way to help local musicians promote their music.
It was started by this guy named Marcus Chapa, and it was kind of pretty much it was his project, and he hosted music online for bands for free. He would go to shows and he would do field recordings of bands. He had his own project that he'd play in. He would throw shows at grandma's house, and Middle Child Records was kind of his platform to help out his friends. Like he's just doing it because he loved local music.
The first time I ever saw him perform, I was actually judging a talent show at Lubbock High, and he was playing the talent show, and like it was all, you know, I don't know, some people breakdancing, some people getting up there with guitars. He got up there with his Game Boy and played this, like it's called chiptunes, like Game Boy music. I mean, at the time, no one in town was doing anything like that. He had no reason to like expect people to really be into that, but he was just up there doing what he wanted to do in front of the whole school. So I thought that was really awesome. And then I left the talent show and went back to my house where I was living in the Bright House at the time. We were having a house show. He also ended up back there, so I saw him and kind of introduced myself. I was like, hey, that was really awesome.
And it got to a certain point, and then he passed away probably around, what was it, 10 months to a year ago. And when he passed away, there was like this void of music in Lubbock.
Marcus Chapa was killed in a car accident in January. According to his friends, he was the heartbeat and soul of local music in Lubbock. It was never a question of if Middle Child Records would go on, but how, without Marcus, and in what capacity.
You know, Middle Child was like Marcus's, so it's a question of like, you know, who's involved, how do you attack it, what are responsibilities, you know, and for a while there we put out a compilation which was Radical. It was a compilation that was put out in April, and that was pretty much the only thing that Middle Child did. All the other stuff has come pretty recently within the past 3 months, But I think when he passed away and everything happened, is we just didn't know, and now we kind of have a more firm idea of where we're going and what we're doing. We knew we wanted to continue in some sort of incarnation, but I don't think anybody knew what it was going to become yet. So
I think that it's kind of developed more into what Marcus really wanted, though, because whenever he was still around, it was kind of like he took on way too much work for himself. I would say that it really has kind of grown into what Marcus kind of envisioned, which is good, which is just like everyone in the community coming together, bringing anything they've got, just being open-minded about any sort of music that comes in.
Working together with a single focus has helped push Middle Child to new heights, and it's the collaboration of working in the spirit of Marcus Chapa with energy and enthusiasm for local music that helps Middle Child Records get the word out about the art scenes in Lubbock.
It's a mix. It's the mix of all the different talents that everyone has and all the different specialties everyone has. Everybody is involved in a different way. We've got a lot of people that do art and people that, you know, play music or record music or help other people record. It's vast. And when we have all these little talents and we put them all together, we make a really powerful thing, and we can accomplish a lot. We can get a lot done just through, you know, one person has a little bit they can do on their own, but when you get a bunch of people together and they each put in their little part, you have something bigger than life, bigger than one person.